Hello everyone, I am Yogesh Manchal and today our second part of cycloidal curves and chapter engineering curves. Cycloidal curves. We know that in cycloidal curves there are main three curves: cycloid, epicycloid, hypocycloid, and the sub curves of every three, inferior and superior. What is epicycloid curve? It is a locus of point P on the circumference of rolling circle which rolls without slipping or sliding outside the another circle or which is known as directing circle. Now in cycloid curve, our circle rolls on a straight path. But in epicycloid, a circle rolls outside of another circle. So you can see here a small circle rolls on the outside of the another circle, then the point of the circumference of the circle trace the curve. That curve is known as epicycloid curve. What are the types of epicycloid curve? Which is inferior epitrochoid and superior epitrochoid. Inferior epitrochoid means it is a locus of point P inside the circumference of rolling circle which rolls without slipping or sliding outside the another circle which is known as directing circle. Here the rolling circle is also known as generator or generating circle. Now what is superior epitrochoid? Here it is the locus of point P outside the circumference of rolling circle which rolls without slipping or sliding outside the another circle. So let us see one problem regarding epicycloid curve. A circle of 50 mm diameter rolls on another circle of 150 mm diameter outside it. Trace the locus of a point on circumference of the rolling circle for one complete revolution. Name the curve. So in given data, we have a radius of two different circles. The radius of rolling circle is 25 mm and the radius of directing circle is 75 mm. So first of all you have to draw one full circle or segment of the circle which has a radius of 75 mm. This is known as directing circle. Now put another circle which is known as rolling circle. Here the diameter of rolling circle is 25 mm. So two circles will contact at one point. This is the starting position of our rolling circle. We want to roll this circle into clockwise direction. We have to go up to one complete revolutions. So after one revolutions, if the position of the circle is here, and if you join that contact point to O, we have to find the angle between these two lines. Okay, so that angle is theta. How can we find that theta angle? By equating. Here theta can be found with the use of these equations. Theta is equal to 360 degree multiplied by small r by capital R, means the radius of rolling circle divided by radius of directing circles. So to obtain theta is equal to 120 degree. So draw one line which inclined at theta 120 degree and draw one line. Now divide this rolling circle into n number of equal parts. So here I have taken 8 number of equal parts. We want to roll in clockwise direction. So numbering will be anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now the theta angle is also divided into 8 number of equal angles. So each angle measurement is 120 by 8 means 15 degree. P0 is our point of circumference of rolling circle, and we want to follow this point during one rotation of the circle. C0 is the center of rolling circle. Now draw arc by taking O center and O for radius. Draw arc by taking O center and OC0 radius and place another circle, which is the end position of the circle after one rotation. Draw circle by taking O center. Draw arc by taking O center and O5 radius or O3 radius, both are same. Then O6 radius and radius O2, both are same. Draw another arc. Then O center, O7 radius, which is passing from one also. Now give the name of center points of the circle for different positions, which are intersect the arc, center arc, and the lines from O. So C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, and C8 are the center point of the circles when the circle rolls on a clockwise direction. Now to obtain the point of epicycloid curve, which are the number of points of P, for that we have to take C1 center, 25 mm radius, and draw arc on this particular arc which is passing from 1. Okay. Then for another point, C2 center, 25 mm radius, and draw arc which cuts on the arc which is passing from 6 and 2. P2. Then C3, P3, C4, P4, C5, P5, C6 center, 25 mm radius, draw arc which are passing from point 6 and 2. Now C7 center, 25 radius, arc on 7, and last C8 center, arc on P8. So trace all the points passing from P0, P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6, P7, and P8 and trace the curve. This is known as epicycloid curve. Now what is hypocycloid curve? It is the locus of point P which on the circumference of the rolling circle, which is also known as generator, now which rolls without slipping or sliding inside the another circle called directing circle. You can able to see the rotation of the rolling circle inside the directing circle and the generation of hypocycloid curve, which is a loci of the point of the circumference of the rolling circle. Now, types of hypocycloid. So inferior hypocycloid and superior hypocycloid. Inferior hypocycloid means it is a locus of point P inside the circumference of rolling circle which rolls without slipping or sliding inside another circle. And superior hypocycloid means it is a locus of point P outside the circumference of rolling circle which rolls without slipping or sliding inside to the another circle. Now taking one example, For hypocycloid, a circle of 50 mm diameter rolls on another circle of 150 mm diameter inside it. Trace the locus of point on the circumference of the rolling circle for one complete revolution. So here also we have two circles, small circle rolling circle 25 mm and the directing circle of radius 75 mm. Here also we have take one circle by taking radius 75 mm, and inside the circle we have to draw another circle by taking radius 25 mm. The contact point of these two circles is 1 P0. Also calculate the theta angle for one rotations. This angle is theta 360 degree multiplied by radius of rolling circle by radius of directing circle. So 120 degree. Now divide the circle into 8 number of parts. Here we want to rotate anti-clockwise. So numbering will be clockwise. Now divide 120 degree angle into 8 number of angles. C0 is center of rolling circle. Now draw arc by taking O center OC0 radius. This is the center arc in which we will get the C1, C2, C3 points. This is the end of circles after one rotation. Insert the center points C1, C2 up to C8. And draw arc by taking O center O1 radius, O center O2 radius, O center O3 radius, and O center O4 radius. Now to obtain the point of hyperbola, we have to take C1 center, 25 mm radius, and draw arc on the arc which is passing from 1. It is P1. So here P0 is our starting point, and after 45 degree anti-clockwise rotation of circle, the position of P moves to P1. Now if you rotate 45 degree again, then C2 center 25 radius draw arc on arc number 2, which obtains at P2 point. Similarly for C3 center arc on 3 P3, C4 center P4, C5 center P5. Every time we keep the radius same 25 mm, which is the radius of rolling circle. So C6 center draw arc to obtain P6, C7 center draw arc on P7, and last P8, which is exactly on the periphery of the directing circle. So starting point P0, end point P8. There are number of points P1, P2, P3 up to P8. We have to trace the curve passing from all the points. Then this curve is known as hypocycloid curve. Now in hypocycloid, if the radius of the rolling circle is half the radius of directing circle, then the hypocycloid will be a straight line. Okay. Thank you very much for watching this.